Hi, welcome to my video. I want to talk about treatment in the criminal justice system, specifically treatment of juveniles. So, I had recently read a story about a young man named Evan Miller, and he had committed first-degree murder on his mother's boyfriend, who happened to be a drug dealer, and he had his mother addicted because of obviously the drugs that he was supplying. Point of the story is Evan was 14. I think this was like in late 90s, maybe like 94 or 95. Evan was sentenced to life without parole in prison, and he was 15 years old. And just sit and think about that for a second. You know, you're a kid, you're going to be locked up until you die, you're gonna die in prison. So I'm trying to reach lawmakers, prosecutors, judges, those in the court. Do you really think that that's constitutional or, under the Constitution? I think personally that would fall under cruel and unusual punishment. If you just kind of think to yourself, whoever's watching this video, adults, kids, people in college, think back to when you were 14 or 15. Do you act the same way? Do you do the same stupid stuff that you did when you were a teen? Of course not. I would hope that we've all, mentally grew, spiritually grew in academically, I really think that there's potential for change. And also, a child under 18, I would say, isn't as capable as an adult is in most cases. They're not gonna think about the consequences of their actions as an adult would. That's also what I'm advocating for. So there is this petition to be signed online for this guy, Evan Miller. They're trying to release him out on parole. He's now, I want to say like 30 or, I can't really add all that in my head, but he's an adult now. He's been in prison since he was 15, 16, so he's been locked in the criminal justice system for a good amount of time now. And I wouldn't think that he acted the same as he did 15 years ago. That doesn't take away the hurt or the pain he's caused the victim's family. But I do believe that kids, whenever they grow up, if they're in the criminal justice system, should have an opportunity to be productive individuals in society. I don't believe that if you make a mistake when you're a kid, that should follow you for the rest of your life, no matter how bad. And I believe that every person's crimes, adult or kid, is circumstantial. What was the circumstances, involving your crime? Second of all, I feel that if you were just to think about it without like, oh, this is his mom's boyfriend, he was a drug dealer, he saw him beat on her, he saw him give her drugs. If you weren't to know all that, you just look like, oh my God, this little kid murdered somebody. That's something serious. That's super serious. It's nothing to be joked about and nothing to be taken lightly. And anything you do like wrong will have a consequence, and it should have a consequence. But I don't believe that when you're a kid, if you make a mistake, that should follow you for life. And that's what I'm advocating for. I'm advocating for you all to open your eyes, for lawmakers to open their eyes as well. To let this man be free. Do you really think that if this was your kid, for him to make a mistake, for him to be locked up for life, maybe 20, 30 years, okay. But for life, don't you think that's a little bit extreme? This kid at 15 years old is going to die behind bars now. So I know they've made some breakthroughs in court, and they've been trying to reopen his case. But when I read the story, I was like, intrigued. How can this young kid be locked up for life for this mistake that he committed when he was 15? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He will be locked up, life without parole. And I just think that's insane. It may be harsh. So I'm not you know, I want you guys to advocate for that. I want you guys to push for it. There's a petition being signed online for his name. They're like trying to get a certain number of signatures. Just type in his name, Evan Miller. And thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate it. This is something I really felt passionate about. It's kind of sparked my interest. Thank you.